Hey there, Brandon here, and welcome to another episode of Stack and Scale. And I'm really excited to share a conversation that I just had with one of my really good friends who just happens to be one of the best CMOs out there and a phenomenal operator and AI expert. And she works at one of the hottest and most beloved B2B tech companies out there. I had a great conversation with Trinity Nguyen, who's the CMO over at UserGems. And what I really appreciate about Trinity and her team at UserGems is they are drinking their own champagne. They're using their own product to build pipeline and close deals. And the customers are seeing some phenomenal results using them as well. And UserGems really has become that command center for your GTM. And what I mean by that is, over here you got your CRM. It's your official system of record. And in theory, it's your source of truth. But in reality, it's just a giant bucket of people and accounts and a lot of messy data, right? It stores everything, but it really doesn't help you make sense of the data or actually decide on anything. And then over here is the other side. You've got your system of action, right? It's the tools to fire off emails, your sequences, your ads, your plays, that sort of thing. And they're great at doing things at scale, but they have no idea which data or which signals actually matter or really what should be done next, right? So what happens is most teams just pull a list of CRM, put it into their outbound tool and hope for the best. And at that moment, all the context disappears, right? And that's why you end up with a lot of messages that are irrelevant. It's not personal and almost never timed to when buyers actually care. And right here in the middle is the gap that no one really is talking about. And UserGems sits right in the middle and fills that gap. It becomes that brain. It's the system of decision. It's that GTM command center. It pulls in your system of record data and connects all the disparate data, and it adds relevant signals, and it uses AI to make sense of what's actually important, right? It scores and prioritizes and enriches everything so that your ABM and your outbound are finally personal, they're relevant, and they're timely. And if you've been following me, you know that is I think the key to actually great outbound: personalization, relevance, and timeliness. Anyway, I asked Trinity if she could come on the show and show some of the plays that she's actually running. So today she walks us through one of her workflows that they use to take their hottest prospects and take action against them to start conversations and to actually build pipeline. So without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with Trinity. Trinity, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Brandon, for having me.
Of course. Yeah, really excited about this. So you obviously had your big Gem E for ABM launch last week, and I figured we might as well jump on and show my audience, my second scale audience, some of the cool stuff that you've been building over at UserGems.
Okay. No, excited to show you guys like how it looks like in the product and then how we use it. So
Yeah,
it might be a
tell us
lot.
what workflow you're going to walk through today.
Yeah. So I think since we talk about like the ABM, right? So for the context, like we run ABM, we call it ABX at UserGems like every month. So we grab the 500 hottest accounts, go after them. Sometimes we want to have some fun with it, and we group these. So we group these accounts into a certain themes. So today in the workflow, I'll show you guys how we find the hottest accounts. And then let's just have some fun and say, like, if we want to do revive close loss, which is usually like a fun theme that people want to do end of
Yep.
year. So I'll walk through like how we set that up in workflow, how do we activate the sales activities, and then the advertising side. Pretty straightforward.
Perfect. I love it. Well, let's dive right in whenever you're ready.
All right. Let me move this aside. So right now you're looking at the UserGems like homepage. So, sorry, you might have to cut this one out. Do you see my Slack notification? It just popped up. I'm going to put it into
No,
do
I
not
don't see any
disturb.
Slack.
Okay, let me put into do not disturb.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll put mine into do not
Yeah.
disturb as well. Okay.
All right. So this is the UserGems app. When you log in, this is the homepage, listing all the different like campaigns and signals we're running. So before we get into like how do we find the hottest accounts, so just for context, let me kind of quickly show you guys the kind of signals that we track. So basically, we activate every single signals that we can get our hands onto. So people level signals like job changes, contact level intent, contact level website de-anonymizations, or like company signals as well, like funding, hiring, etc. So you can see that
Talk
we
to me about the
activate everything.
freshness of your signals, because I know that's a
Mm.
big differentiator with UserGems.
Yeah, a great question. So depending on the signal, sometimes it's refreshed weekly or monthly. Majority of the signals now internally for us, we tend to update weekly just because UserGem is such a big part of our outbound and ABX motion. It is literally our go-to-market brain. So we refresh it very, very frequently. Um, don't quote me on this, but I think internally, like some of our signals refresh daily. So our scores sometimes do change from day to day. It's pretty
Yeah,
intense.
and how does that compare to some of the other, I won't name any names, but some of the other, signal providers?
Yeah. Most signal providers will probably give you data. So like, let me take a step back. So for people level signals, this is the stuff that change the most frequently because you have a lot of contacts, right? So like for job changes, majority of the signal providers out there update their information like once every 3 months if you're lucky. Most of the time you see between 9 to 12 months. And that's why
Oh,
like
wow.
every now and then if you get a lot of like outbound emails, you start seeing like emails that talking about your last company, things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So these are all the signals that we activated. One thing to call out here is we do a lot of like events. We're starting to do more webinars, and for us, someone attending like our events, a meeting with us is also a signal to indicate that the account is warmer and that person's warmer. So we bring that in as well. So we activated those, and activating is pretty straightforward. If it's something that if a list we have in the system, then we could just upload them or link it to our Salesforce report or HubSpot report. Pretty straightforward. Um, if it's like intense, let me see if I can pull it up. If it's intense, then we just set up like different type of topics. I think most marketers are familiar with this, what topics we care about.
Hmm.
And then we apply ICP and persona, so we minimize the noise. We also set up like the tracking windows, like the last like 7 days, or you can do 30, 90 days, etc. Our product team's also gonna introduce like frequency as well. So if you
Hmm.
search for this like 3, 4 times in the last 7 days, that indicates a lot higher intent. Um, and then you can track multiple topics, etc., etc. And it just runs in the background whenever it finds people that match our ICP and persona searching for this, then it gives score and also create a contact in the system for us. So we don't have to
Yeah,
go
I
and
love the
those lists.
flexibility and the visibility that you have into it too, as a
Yeah.
user.
Yeah. And then if you have like third party signals, like for example, if you're using like Sixth Sense or Demand Base or anything else, like Crossbeam, etc., you can bring it in here. G2 also. You just set up a third party signals
Oh, nice.
and that's it. So that's on the signal side. Then, so once you get the data, then the next thing is like, how do we find the hottest accounts?
Hmm.
So let me pull up the ICP and scoring. I have it here, but let me just. So we go into scoring. So this is the ICP that our system already figured out for us. On the scoring side, let me clean this up a little bit. So the way the scoring works is it looks at the company level similarity and then company signals, prospect similarity, and then prospect signals.
Hmm.
So the similarity is something that UserGem does automatically in the background. It's like 600 different fit criteria that it looks and captures for you. Things like, do they have a B2B motion? Do they have a marketing leader? Do you have a sales leader? Things like that. This kind of stuff is more specifically for us. Um, but it just
Hmm.
capture
Yeah.
all of this thing and then start assigning weight to these things
Ah, nice. Yeah. Okay,
based
cool.
on the ICP that it defines. So the ICP is based on your customer list and the persona stuff. And then the cool thing is it doesn't just give you points and in a black box. It tells you how many of your customers have this factor.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, I like
Yeah, so
that.
it's like very non-black box. So you're like, okay, so you
Yeah.
feel you trust this a bit more because
Yeah,
it does
yeah.
something. Um, and yeah, so like, and then you can edit it too. Like we've been doing this for a while. So going into next year, every 6 months, we'll sit down as a revenue team and kind of see like, do we want to change strategy? We want to deprecate any of these things, add new stuff. And you can just edit it. This is just text view. like that.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Um, yeah. Oh, do you want to ask something?
No, it's just okay.
Yeah.
When you as a team, how do you think about when and how you should be editing the weights? Is it just like, you know what, we've been talking to a lot of CMOs, we should add CMO a little bit more weight to the CMOs, or how do you think about actually just figuring out the weight itself?
Yeah. I think like when it gets started, I would say like use the AI system a bit more and then
Mm.
do human in the loop to verify. Like on the right hand side, you will see the preview of your target account that has the highest weight. Let me zoom out a little bit. I think you can't see it. There we go. So you can see the hottest
Oh, I
account, and
see.
then you can use the human judgment and say, like, do this look right? And then you start editing it accordingly. Having said that, like I would say at the beginning, humans, we always give like overestimate how good we are at this stuff.
Totally, totally.
We try to
What
do it
does the
internally at UserGems actually. Didn't
No,
work
what
out
I
so
see a
well.
lot, like, having done ABM and at ABM companies and seen a lot of, it done right and wrong. I think one of the biggest things that people do is they have a recency bias. The biggest
Yeah.
deal that we just closed, our main
Yes.
buyer was XYZ person. Is that so we should give this a lot more weight? It's like, well, is that
Yes.
really actual representative, and is it representative of your true ICP? Were they an outlier? So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I think, yeah, I love relying more on the AI because it's not biased, and
Yeah.
then, yeah, come in and just make sure everything does line up right. Not, let's just start with the human judgment because it's so flawed.
Right, exactly. Like our brain just can't handle this much information.
Yeah,
And that's why like we also like provide like that overview of like the percentage. It's kind of hard to argue that you want to give this less weight when almost 80% of your customer have this criteria.
totally.
So it helps with like combating some of the brain, like human brains biases.
I love that.
Um, and it does the same thing for like company signals as well, like account level website visit. Do they have the right tech stack? Are they going to M&A right now, et cetera, et cetera? And then the prospect similarity is straightforward. This is persona. But the fun stuff is like all the signals we just talked about earlier. So it also assign weight for these as well. And then
Mm.
I think this is where a lot of the humans in the loop can play. Like for example, we do events, right? Maybe like next year we want to kind of clean things up a little bit. Maybe not all events carry the same weight. We can Marie Kondo this stuff. I think that's where like the human side can kind of come in play, and then you can
Yeah,
adjust some of these like weights. And once you're happy, you hit save, and that becomes your scoring rubric, and it immediately cascades down to your entire ICP. So that's how we kind of like prioritize accounts every single month.
cool.
Okay.
Love it.
So that's kind of like the background. So it does this in the background all the time. So like what if I was an ABM manager, what do I do? So I would go in here. I mean, all the scores are list. Just imagine that is our 5,000 target accounts.
Hmm.
They already have scores, so you can just filter out for all the A accounts
Mm.
in the right buying stages. And then you just grab the hottest account. But if you want to say, let's do have some more fun, like we want to do this with this ABX with like revive close loss. So we want to just target accounts that are A's but have a previous close loss opportunity.
Mm.
So it has a little bit of a theme, so we can do something with that. So just an example, because it's a demo environment, so it's just like
Yep.
these 7 accounts, etc. So
So do
that
do you
be
have to set
yeah.
that, or is that like an out of the box
Mm,
filter, or
yeah.
I
It
guess,
just signals is so it's a one of these filter and you type in the signals and then you select, I think because I already select here. Um so like you can choose like company signal that has revive close loss right here. So it's out of the box.
nice.
Yeah, so these are all the signals that we set up before and it becomes a filter.
That makes a lot. Oh, that's
And
really
there's
cool. I like that.
and there are tons of other filters too. Like let me see if you want to use like certain account fields, you can also like use it here.
Pull
It's
in
just like
any
a
field
very
from your
robust.
CRM.
Yeah. And then people signals like for example, like what kind of intent. So like if we want to do competitive takedowns, then we're like, okay, which buyers are researching our competitors? And then we can go after them.
Mm.
Things like that. Um, yeah. And then so like for this one, we just you can hit save, and then that becomes you can name it whatever you want. It's actually pretty straightforward. Just create new, and you call it Q1, let's see, generate ABX, revive cold slot theme, hit save.
Yeah.
And then it becomes the audience. And then once you get the audience, then this is where you set up the campaigns. So basically workflow. In UserGems, we call it campaigns, but it's just a group of different workflows. Let's see, I think I have one already. Like you can create a new campaign here. I was hoping it would be faster. Create custom campaign, go into audience. We find that revive, close lost. And then we add some action like, so what we want to do is, so we have basically that's the brain, the audience for the ABX campaign.
Yep.
Then we want to go to the sales activities, and then we want to advertise to them. So like this branch situation.
I
Which is
love your brain. I love your
the little goofiness.
Yeah.
Actually, our product in about like 2 weeks, they are updating this workflow right now. It's a one streamline, but in about 2 weeks, it's gonna become that branch.
You'll truly have your branches here.
Yeah, my dream's gonna come true.
I love it.
So we have the audience, then we're gonna send it to first we want to create the contact in the CRM, create or update prospect in CRM. You just turn it on, do all your settings, etc. Pretty straightforward. Then you generate AI messaging, and you go in here, and in the AI. So this is the preview. Like Gemi for the emails will always give you 20 emails to preview. So this is the list of the audience we saw earlier.
Yep.
And then these, let me see if I can make this easy. I hope you can see it. Let me know if I need to zoom in. So these are the signals. So you can see like up here, like these are all the account level signals. They have past champions. They're competing with some of our customers like Domo and Alteryx. This is the tech stack.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Down here is the signal at the contact specifically to Lizzie. And like, so she's a past champion at ISIM. So she left ISIM.
She used to work at ISIM. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. I like how this is all in one spot. Easy to see, easy to like digest and understand what's going on here.
Yeah. And then down here, it like have a written, in case you don't like reading tags, it's like, here are the reasons to engage. Lizzie is a close one from that company. Vizier is a competitor of our customer, Domo. They had some announcement 2 months ago that you can click into it and read. And then there's another champion, Megan, at Vizier. Oh, no, not champion. Megan is actually a close loss op contact. So that means Megan evaluated us January 2025. So maybe mention Megan in the email. And right now they are hiring some roles that we care about.
Nice.
So then the email, so like we usually would write at least 7 emails. So the AI will start writing emails like, hey, Lizzie, thanks for help bringing UserGems to iSIMS. So the first signal.
Nice. I
noticed your colleague looked into UserGems earlier this year. We didn't mention Megan. Sometimes we do. And then blah, 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 blah. And then the ask. And then you follow up with the next email. It's like, companies like Domo and Alteryx love us. Not mentioning, like basically subtly mention the competitors.
Totally, yep.
And then you just keep on going and going and going.
So how are you instructing the AI to write these? Are there any like system level prompts that we can put in here, or any other guidance that we give AI?
Yeah. So there are 2 things. So right now on the left hand side, you can talk to Gemi as a like, hey,
okay. So like, rewriting email number 1 and use Megan's name or something.
Yeah, as if I was 5 or something like that, and it will update, kind of very much like GPT, and you can see it. But this side here is specifically for campaign specific messaging. So maybe in this campaign, I want to have a different promotions, etc. I want to have different tone. then I will talk to it directly in here in the workflow because it applies directly to this workflow. You can also upload your content. So this is right now, when you click, so this is the chat and there's the
Hmm.
content. And what you see here is everything we pulled in from the setting level. So universal, and I'll show you that in a bit.
Yes. Got
And
it.
this is where you input your value prop.
Global value.
Gem we will
Okay. Yeah.
start building it out for you when you get implemented, but you can add your own. If you have some great, like, best hits emails, you can put it in there and then train Jemmy on that language to mimic those if you want to. Um, and then you can add like your favorite case studies. And
Mm.
Jemmy will know when you upload these, Jemmy will start like just put in the link and then it will just capture all the like a TLDR from those. And if you want to put in like specific instruction like share this one when the customer is in certain industry, then
Ah,
it will
nice.
apply. And then some like links, all the links, like for us, we do a lot of gifting.
Yep.
Um, so we have different links for decision makers, etc. And all of this is ready out of the box too, because Outbound is pretty straightforward and you can just tweak. And then events, like we just did our UserGems Insider, so we added that in to our global settings. And
Yep.
I'll show you where the global setting is. So if you go back to this, click onto Jemmy. This is the
Content.
same
And
screen.
then, yeah, just add
Yeah.
content from there.
This is where you add the content.
Cool.
Yeah.
So
And then you
so
can,
you could
yeah.
you could put together any specific content just for that one campaign and then
Yeah.
yeah, or have links just for that campaign that you're using and you would
Yeah.
put it in there or
Yeah.
case studies just okay, cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
cool.
So you have two places like, yeah, you can do like globally or you want to do specific. Um,
Nice.
so let's go back to the workflow. So assume we're done with that one. We're happy with it. Let me go back to this. So after you generate the emails using Jemmy, then you want to add it into, where is my outreach? My eyes today are so crazy. Hang on. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I have to sequence. Gosh, so sorry.
No, you're fine.
My eyesight's crazy. And then you can just, so you just activate outreach or like Salesloft, Gong engage instantly, you name it.
Yep.
And you just choose one of the sequences and then it will populate. UserGem can also build out sequences for you too, like a whole thing. And then Jemmy will just write into it. So assume we're done with like this one, then that's like the sales branch.
Yep.
And you also want to advertise to them. Then you connect to your LinkedIn ad audience.
Love
You
it.
choose the audience and then you hit save, and that's literally it. And then you
This is
activate the
awesome. I love
campaign.
this.
And then you have it done. Like the audience is done, hottest account with a theme, and then it cascades down to 2 branches for ABMs. And you sit back, relax, and report.
That's right. I love this. Yeah, I really like how yeah, reps can go in there, they can look at the individuals, they can tweak it and because that like that's the thing about ABM. Uh it's got to be personal, relevant, and timely for each individual person. So we can
Yeah.
obviously use AI to help us gather all these signals, but then I know you're a big proponent too of like human in the loop, just to make
Yeah.
sure that AI is doing what it's supposed to do, and maybe you have a little bit additional context you can throw in there and edit the email itself. So yeah, I
Mm.
like this a lot.
Actually, I don't have a demo for that, but the reps actually don't need to go into UserGem apps. The UserGem app is for mostly for managers,
Oh,
like
I see, like
marketing,
setting things up. Like,
setting things up. So like we have this Chrome extension, very straightforward, that
yeah,
lives
okay,
in Salesforce, HubSpot, or any of sales engagement tools. So when our reps wake up, all the emails and tasks that you saw like pre-generated, it just queued up for them in the Outreach or Salesloft or Gong Engage. And then there's this little Chrome extension. When you click into it as you execute a task, the same screen that you saw earlier will pop out. So they don't have
nice,
to leave their tool. Yeah.
cool, very good. What else should we know about Gem E?
Sorry, let me see. Goodness. Sorry, can you say that again?
Yeah, no. What else should we know about Gem E? What other cool things can Gem E do?
Oh, so many things. No, but I think like basically Gemmy, it's essentially your AI brain for the go-to-market. And you can use it in a lot of different ways. We optimize Gemmy for outbound and ABM. ABM essentially in my brain is like outbound, but like with sales and marketing together.
Hmm.
So I think like that's like the main use cases. Internally, we setting Gemmy up for inbound nurture. So not
Mm.
inbound demo request, but the nurture, like everything that we send emails out in the past, it's just like cookie cutter. We
Yep.
want to use this same brain, this same personalization to like invite people to events, nurture people after the events, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, and yeah, it really is the AI command center for your GTM.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So there are a lot of use cases for it. I think go stale demo request or ghosted demo request nurture
Yes.
is right now also being stood up with Gemmy as well, because why not? So
Yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
can do a lot of different things.
Love it, love it. Cool. Are you ready for the lightning round?
Sure.
Okay, cool. What's your current AI marketing tech stack?
Mm, my tech stack is pretty straightforward. Do you want a visual of that slide or just talk it through?
Yeah, if you have a visual, sure, why not?
I
Make
have
it
it
make it
right.
easier on
Yeah, I
the
have it right
audience.
here because everyone loves seeing tech stacks. So give me
They
two
do.
seconds.
People love to see what AI tools everyone's using right now. So
I hope I don't let them down because it's actually pretty streamlined. Um,
I love it.
Let me share the screen again. Screen. Okay.
All
That's
right.
literally our tech stack. So the left-hand side is data and signal,
Yep.
the brain, the command center, and then the
Yep.
outbound side and the marketing side. Um, so we use UserGems for all the contact account data acquisition.
Hmm.
We use it for all of the signals. Like you saw, the AI part is that brain. Like this is the ability to synthesize all the signals and then score accounts.
Hmm.
Next is like feedback loop, learning and then recommending like what's next for us. And then AI to write the email, pushing to sequencers, things like that. And then AI like pushing us to like add audiences. Other
What
tools.
LLM are you using for writing the emails?
Yeah, so we have like a team of PhD data scientists constantly testing.
Nice.
Shout out to Anthropic right now is like the best
Mm.
one. Yeah,
Yeah.
like we
Yeah, for
rotating
sure.
Gemmy through multiple models whenever there's a new one out and we test on them. But Claude right now is winning by far when it comes to email.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I hear that one a lot.
yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
But we do use OpenAI extensively. So we have a team plan for the whole company and we build a lot of custom GPT
Oh,
for
nice. Yeah.
different like
Good.
copywriting on the marketing side and like, product launch, marketing
Yep.
enablement, battle cards, all that. Yeah. Let me see what else we use. So we use AI that embed in like Canva and Descript quite a bit.
Mm.
Webflow just roll out their own AI where you can spin up you can build an ROI calculator directly in Webflow. So I
Oh,
guess
nice.
kind
That's
of like
cool.
similar to a
Have you tried it
Lovable.
yet?
Not yet. They just rolled out, I think, like 2 weeks ago or
Oh,
so.
that's
I saw
cool.
that. I
Okay.
think that'll
Oh,
be,
yeah.
yeah, it's native, so it's gonna be pretty neat. So I'm excited to try that out.
Yeah. Very good.
Yeah.
Cool. Next question. Where do you go to keep up with the latest in AI and to learn about AI?
Oof. Um, Everywhere. Right now, it's just so hard.
Anywhere,
Like,
everywhere?
yeah, yeah. Someone asked me this recently. I
Or maybe
think.
even like people that you follow or
Okay, so like, there's I would say sources.
yeah.
So I spend a bit of time on X ignoring all of the sentimental, not sentimental, like sensational stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
there's a lot of industry information there, like what's new on the AI front. I
Yeah.
think Shamath writes a lot on the AI, both from the
Wait,
application
who is it?
layers. Shamath, uh, I can never
Oh,
say his last name.
Chamath, Palihapitiya?
Shamath.
Yeah,
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 I'm impressed. Okay, I cannot say his last name. I'm terrible at
yeah.
this. Um, so like I do read his Substack just to kind of like all the development, and it goes a lot broader than app stuff. It goes all the way to energy, semiconductor, like the chip
Yeah, his
layers. So
his range is pretty good. I
yeah, yeah,
honestly, it's like a lot of the stuff I started reading, like I don't know what he's talking about.
yeah.
And then I end up skipping it.
Yeah, I just kind of scan through it and like, I
Yeah,
retain like some of it, like I don't know, 10-15%, but
yeah,
over time, like it somehow like dots are connected is how
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of see the bigger stuff. So I think like that is one source. I follow some folks on LinkedIn to kind of like actively on this, like to stay on top of this space. I mean, Brandon, you write a lot on like what's new with AI, different use cases. I
I
think that's
try.
awesome.
Yep,
Yeah. So I
good.
think it's just a little bit of here and there.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah.
Cool. Last question. What's your biggest challenge with AI right now?
Hmm. Such a good question. I think 2025 so far, the biggest challenge was how to make sure that we operationalize AI into the programs and campaigns intentionally in a sense that it's a real business program that will generate some outcome, not just for experimentation sake.
Mm,
We did do a lot of experimentation in 2024. So 2025 was like, let's turn this into a real engine. For 2026, I think it's just, yeah, how do we? I feel like it's not about like turning that into pipeline anymore. It's just more of like whatever we use now could get outdated pretty quickly. So how do we stay, not just stay on top of the news, but build an business like the team structure and
yeah.
processes in a way that can keep up with it? Because everything that we build gets outdated in like
Yeah,
6 months.
that's a big trick for sure. Because
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of the marketers I talk to, like they'll see, ChatGPT released GPT-5, and then that
yeah,
breaks all the um what do you call them? The test records, and then like Gemini comes out, and then all of a sudden that leapfrogs, and they're the
yeah,
top with all the tests, and then who knows? Grok is going to come out, and and it's like,
right.
I wait, should I be using this one instead, or I just build everything in Open
Yeah,
or in ChatGPT? Should I not be? And it was like, just find one, commit to one. It's still going to be better than going,
yeah,
an inch deep, a mile wide.
mm,
Pick,
yeah,
yeah, pick the one that really you're the most comfortable with and that you feel the most confident in, and then go deep with that.
yeah. No, it's true. It's just like I think also like internally, like for us, because our product evolves so quickly, and I know
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
we always say that, but you start running into this operational pain, like the scaling pain of like, okay, so we want to help customers to keep up with this, so we build like say the academy or help center. By the time we finish all the content and the video, it's beautiful. The product changed already
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
So
that
like, how
is
do
a
we keep up
challenge
with
for
that? So
sure.
imagine that same thing with like every programs we set up. It's like after 6-9 months, it's like, oh no, gotta think again. Like,
Yeah,
how do we
you'll be lucky
rebuild
to
or
get
like,
6 months out of it.
yeah, yeah. So I think that I don't know how to make that succinct, but I think
Yeah,
right now
yeah.
that's top of mind for
Well, maybe there'll be
2026.
AI tools to automate all that soon.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Trinity, where can people connect with you, learn more about you and what you're doing at UserGems?
LinkedIn. I'm
There you
I'm on
go.
LinkedIn all the time, so I think LinkedIn is the best place to find me.
Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I spend a little time on LinkedIn myself, a little bit. Well, thank you so much for showing our audience at Stack and Scale what you're building and how you're doing ABM with UserGems and the new Gem E for ABM.
Thank you so much for having me.